Are we ready for all the tea? Hi friends. Okay, this is a fun video. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a little chat, okay? We're gonna talk about some things that you've been asking me, which maybe I shouldn't talk about, but I'm gonna anyways. Let's get my big fat feet on this table, get a bit more comfy. I tried really hard to make it aesthetic because this is just a white wall, and I thought, does the white wall look like we're sitting in a hospital room, like just chatting? So I thought, okay, I'll add the tree. Does it feel like we're in the Bahamas? Slightly. It is a fake tree from IKEA, which was probably about 30 quid, so not quite the price of a flight to the Bahamas, but I think you get the same effect. I was gonna make coffee, but I've had 3 coffees today, and I thought, it is 1 o'clock. I've had 3 coffees. And then I was like, should I have a 4th? I thought, no, let's be symbolic and get a cup of tea for the Q&A. But it's an Earl Grey tea. I don't know if anyone knows this about me, but I love Earl Grey. I remember before, in fact, back in the day, I used to really judge anyone who had Earl Grey. And then when I did Waterloo Road for a bit, and there was loads of options of tea bags, I just tried them all. This was the clear winner. And now I drink Earl Grey, but I feel like it's not very like on brand of me to drink Earl Grey. Like surely I would drink Asda's own tea bags, which are like 20 pence, that are just English breakfast, like the shit tea that you have to leave to soak in the water for about 3 hours to taste anything. Like I think that's more on brand. But here I am with my extra special Earl Grey. Honestly, hey, it's the luxuries in life. I put on Instagram a little question box asking for any juicy questions, whether it's about me, the show, this year, life, just literally whatever. And I'm going to answer the questions now. I wrote them on my laptop to be official. But yeah, let's just get into it. I hope you enjoy the video. First question. Who is the strangest person in your DMs? You know what, right? I've actually not had that many people, like weird people DM me. I've got like a 98% female following or something on my Instagram. Like there's not many boys in the DMs. I've got someone in my head that comes to mind straight away, but I'm going to have a little look through and see if there's anyone else who was fun. I think potentially the weirdest person I've had in my DMs is Dr. Alex. Lovely guy, lovely guy. I remember when I saw him message, I was like, so strange. Like I don't know, like why would he message me? Like I feel like he would find me very jarring, so I felt like that was a bit weird. Like I think the northern accent would really just throw him off. Someone said, when did you decide you wanted to be an influencer? So I actually really hate the term influencer because I just don't think I am. Like I don't believe that I'm influencing you to do something. I don't know, like I feel like influencer's got such an intense like connotation of like the Instagram girls who they pack the car with like 10 outfits and go out for the day and shoot content, like, which is amazing. And I think the girls who do it. If I could do that, I would, but it's just not really very me. I can't even get a photo with my mum in a restaurant. Like it freaks me out. Like it takes me about, any photo you see on Instagram of me, just know that it's took me probably about 15 minutes to get the courage up to get that photo without me like hyperventilating. Like I get really stressed. When someone says like, oh, are you an influencer? I'm like, no, because I feel like that's what people think of straight away, is I'm that. But I suppose I am in terms of like, so I do TikTok, I do YouTube. I don't know, I never wanted to be like an Instagram person or a TikTok person really. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've got a video of me in uni, literally first year. The girls who I used to live with, like I'd come in the room and they'd be like, hi, I'm Tia, welcome to my channel. Like they'd like take the piss because they always just knew that I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I was too scared. So like it's always been a thing that I wanted to do, is in terms of YouTube. And like when I was little, I used to pretend to film YouTube videos and I would sit for hours and watch YouTube and like do my makeup and all that rubbish. So I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I never really thought I ever would do it, even though I really wanted to, just because I'm quite socially awkward. So I was like, I actually think I'm too shy to do it. But then obviously then lockdown came, and then I was like, okay. So this whole time I've been really scared to do it because I'm scared what people will say. But now that it's lockdown, I can't see what people are going to say because I'm not going to see anyone for like another few months because we're locked in our houses. So now's the perfect time to conquer the YouTube world. So then I thought, okay, if I try now, even if people are talking about me, I'm not going to see it, and they can't talk to each other in person. It's going to be over the phone, which I can deal with. So then I did it then. So that was when. But even so, being like an influencer isn't what I want to do forever. It's something I think I'll always do alongside what I want to do, because I do love making videos, I love chatting to you, I love the creative side of the industry. I don't know if I want it to be like my sole income until I'm like 100. So I want to live till I'm 100, I've got it in my bones, I can feel it. Actually, I don't think I'll live till I'm 100, I think I want to live till I'm about 96. Did they cut many scenes out of My Mum, Your Dad? So, yeah, but also, no. Obviously, we sat and watched literally all day, so there was things that we saw, obviously, that they weren't put in, because you can't put 24 hours worth of footage in like a 45-minute episode. So there was obviously things that were cut out, but not loads that mattered. There was a few dates that got cut out. So Janie and Elliot went on a date, and Clayton and Caroline went on a date. That all got cut out. Don't know if I should say this, but when we had to vote out what kids had to go home and what adults had to go home, like, we all got really upset. That decision took us literally about an hour. We were all distraught. It was horrendous because we just weren't expecting it. Like, we were basically told that no one was going throughout the whole show. It then came to that day and they were like, okay, 2 people need to leave, and we were like, you told us this wouldn't happen. So we were very shocked, and then everyone was really upset, no one wanted. But on the TV show it looked as if we just decided straight away, and then that was fine. But it took us ages. Like, it was really, really stressful. So we cut that out, but I think probably for the better. Like, it is good that we did, because we were just yapping on for so long. Like, that would have been the full TV show if they'd kept that full scene in. That's it really. I feel like obviously they cut a lot of stuff that we filmed in interview rooms. Like, when I tell you, alright, it was actually quite good, because I feel like my best material was in those interview rooms. I think that's where I felt most comfortable, because obviously it just felt like I was talking to you, because I'm quite used to just talking on my own to a camera. I felt super comfortable in there, whereas on the sofa, obviously other people were speaking. I didn't want to interrupt, and I'm obviously quite softly spoken, I guess, so then sometimes I would say things and people wouldn't hear me, and then I'd start getting flustered, because like it happened a few times where I'd say something and then no one would hear, and then it would be really awkward, and then like Khalil would spot me trying to say something and then just start laughing, and then so then it got to the point where I just stopped talking, because I was like, no one's gonna hear me anyways. That's my own problem as well, not no one else's. Whereas in the interview room I felt like I was a lot more comfortable, and obviously I could say what I wanted to say, but obviously they didn't put everything in, they only put little clips. You obviously have a great relationship with your mum, but do you have the same with your dad? You know what, I get quite a lot of messages about my dad. Yeah, I've got a great relationship with my dad. Obviously it is different. I haven't like ever lived with my dad. Like, I've lived with my mum, but my dad's great. My dad's amazing. Like, he does so much for me, and also my sister. Yeah, he's a great guy. We're very similar in aspects. Like, I think I'm very, very similar to my mum, but we are different in ways. And I think on the ways that we're different, it's the same ways that I'm similar to my dad, if that makes sense. He's also a Libra, like me. But also I think if I end up moving home in March, which I'll tell you about later on, I would potentially live with my dad this time, but I'm also not sure. Actually, I guess that does take us into like the question of, are you staying in Manchester next year? So I actually don't know, and it's really stressing me out. Basically, Leah, who I've lived with for, it'll be 2 years in March, wants to live with her boyfriend next year, which is fine, but I don't like living alone. So I don't want to live alone, but I don't want to live with someone, if that makes sense. Like, I think I'm very picky with who I'm going to live with, and I don't really want to live with a stranger. But I also, the thought of living with someone who does the same job as me stresses me out. So like Megan, my friend, who obviously you know, she does YouTube as well. Like, we were like, we could live together, but then we've got the same job, so we're both going to be in the house all the time together. Like, it just feels quite intense, but it would just solve a lot of problems. But then also it's like, obviously I potentially want to do a master's next year, but then that would be starting in September, so then I'd have to renew my contract in Manchester, but you can only do it a minimum of a year. So that means I'd have a place in Manchester March to March, but then the masters would start in September. So then it's like, I couldn't do that. So basically the options are move in with someone who's already got, I guess, a contract for 6 months, or move home until the masters starts in September, and then I'll be moving probably to London. I don't want to move home, because it's the issue. I don't want to move home. Love my mum, love me dad, love me sister, love me friends, but I hate Sunderland with a burning passion inside me. I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't decide. I don't really know what to do. I'm very stressed about it. Obviously I'll keep you updated. I've got till March to decide. So then someone else has said, a lot of people said, am I single? Yes, I am single as ever. Don't even have any urge to like go out and speak to people. I'm just really picky, and it takes a lot for me to want to spend time with someone, and I just can't be bothered. I don't know whether it would be a distraction. I can't decide when I am single. Like, I'm not a very single person. Like, I'm not texting people, I'm not on Instagram finding boys to follow, I'm not going out and like necking on with the full population of Manchester. Like, I don't do that. Like, when I'm single, I'm like single. Like, I'm a boring single person. So then therefore I must be a relationship person, because I do enjoy that like bond with someone and that comfortability and being able to talk to someone about something, like having a shit day, like being able just to phone someone, like I love that aspect. So I would say I'm more of a relationship person. But yeah, I've just got a lot I want to do right now, and I don't think I've got like the time to like meet someone and bond and all that stuff. Like it's just like probably the last of my worries at this moment in time. Obviously if it came knocking on the door, then I'm not going to turn them away if it's like the love of my life. But yeah, I'm just not looking for it, and I'm quite happy with how things are at the moment. Lots of single and like love questions. Someone said, what's my type? Now I feel like I have got quite an aggressive type. And it's thing is though, like I say this and I feel like people are like, you've got like, oh my god, you've got like such a type. But I think in my head I've got an aggressive type, but people I've been with, none of them look alike, so then it can't be that aggressive of a type. It's just that I've never been with anyone who's got like black hair or super blonde hair. It's just that I normally like someone who's a bit more like a mousy brown, beach vibes. I don't really think I have actually got a physical type. I think I say that because all my celebrity crushes are quite similar. So like some are turned pretty. Jeremiah and Conrad, gorgeous. Matthew McConaughey, like they're all quite similar. They're not similar vibes, but you know what I think, do you get what I mean? I also like I do like a pretty boy. All my friends, if you ask any of my friends, my type is like slightly gay. If you've got a pretty face, I'd probably find you attractive, but also I am quite picky, so then I don't find that many people attractive. Frustrating at times, and I don't find that many people attractive. I think I find more of someone's like energy attractive, like someone with good eye contact, fit, sexy, tall, yeah. A bit, like I like people who don't take themselves too seriously, who are a bit weird. I am a little bit weird. So I would hate to be with someone who like shot that down. Like I want someone who's going to be weird with me. Like I think humor's so important in a relationship. Just being able to kind of, I guess, just be daft with each other. If you look like you belong on a surfboard, I probably will fancy you, but it doesn't mean that if you don't look like you're on a surfboard, that I'm not going to fancy you. How much do you earn? Oh my god, the dreaded question. People who do influencing stuff, and people who like see people who do influencing, I think you assume that people make a lot of money, and obviously you can make a lot of money, but when you're just my size, it's just like what you'd make on a normal job, like on a normal 9 to 5. Some months are great, some months are horrendous, but basically with YouTube and Instagram and stuff, you can do a job and you don't get paid for like another 2 months after that. Obviously I do extra work and stuff, which helps out, pays the bills, gets a bit of extra money and stuff. But in terms of like making a lot of money, like I certainly don't make a lot of money, but I do know a lot of my friends who do. The reason that I do it, obviously I could definitely get another job and it would obviously help in terms of getting more money and stuff, but because obviously I want to like pursue acting, auditions and stuff that I want to do, like doing this allows me to have the freedom of having my own schedule. So that's why I do it. But I'm so fine with getting a normal job as well on top of this. Like I would 100% do it. Like I used to work in the theatre like last year. So yeah. The big question everyone's been asking, is Elliot and Sharon still together? And a lot of people have asked what's my real opinion on Elliot. So Mama and Elliot are still together, yes. Obviously, relationships are hard. They live at the complete opposite ends of the UK. My mum lives in Sunderland and Elliot lives in Essex, like it is polar opposites. So obviously it's hard for them to see each other, so they haven't seen each other for a while. And yeah, I want to see how things go. My real opinion of Elliot is I actually love Elliot. He's been so good to me. I think he's great. I think he's a lovely man. We got on really well. I find him hilarious. But yeah, obviously we'll see what happens, like see what the future holds. Obviously it's weird for me and Zach, I guess, because we were so included in their relationship at the start. Whereas now, like I just kind of don't really ask about it. But because obviously we were the ones who watched their whole relationship start on TV, it then feels weird that like I'm not involved anymore. Someone asked how the acting is going. It is going. I haven't done much obviously with it. I've been all over this summer. I'm just starting to settle back in Manchester now. Like I feel like I haven't been in Manchester for longer than 2 minutes for like the last 6 months. I'm doing a week-long acting course next week. I also signed to my first acting agency yesterday, which is amazing, and I'm really proud of myself and happy. So hopefully things start happening soon, because I didn't actually have an agency before, whereas at least now I've got one, which is amazing. And I did it on the 1st of November, so I'm thinking maybe that's foreshadowing that the rest of the year is going to be good. To be honest, I just love to be on Strictly Come Dancing. That is my dream. Last question is, would you go on Love Island? I hum and haw about this quite a lot, and I think I've finally decided like my opinion on the situation. I've always just thought it would be so fun. Like if it wasn't on cameras and there was an opportunity to go live in a house for 6 weeks with people and do challenges and live and all this fun stuff, I would definitely do it, because I loved my mum and dad being in the bunker, like with everyone. Like I really do love that, like friends, you know, so like the program Friends, like I love that like energy of just being with people all the time. And even though I do love my own company, I do like other company too, so I love that. So I just think it'd be really fun, obviously, like meet new people and stuff, and you know, might find a love connection if you're lucky. But in terms of going on it on the TV, personally, I just think I'd get ate alive. I don't think I've got the personality for Love Island. I think I'm a bit odd for Love Island. And also I do think Love Island's great. I love it. I'll watch it until it goes off. But I think it is very different now. I think so many people go on. I think it would potentially affect my acting career. And I just don't like that when you go on Love Island, I think you have the label attached to you forever, which I wouldn't really want, even though it would be fun and great. And I think the opportunities that come for it would be like quite fun at the time. I do think they're quite short-lived. Yeah, never say never, but I think there's other things that I would rather do. Thank you so much if you watched this far. If you have, please comment a little, comment a turtle. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you eat your vegetables, and I hope you all have a gorgeous bed day, because this weather sucks. Love you all.